In this video, we are going over answers to homework from textbook page 168, problems 5 through 19 odd and 23 through 29 odd. I'm going to read the answers to you, even though you should have checked them on yourself from your textbook. I'm going to read through the answers, and then I'm going to work through numbers 25 and 29. So we're going to do this one and this one together. Okay. So number 5 was a decrease of 66.7%. Number 7 was an increase of 225%. Number 9 was a decrease of 12.5%. Number 11 was a decrease of 37.5%. Number 13 was 10, and I assume that was in meters? Or is it miles? Meters, okay. So number 13 was 10 meters. 15 was 37 points. 17 was 153 students. 19 was 42.16 kilograms. 23 was an increase of 100%. 25 was an increase of 133.3%. Number 27, increasing 20 to 40 is the same as increasing 20 by itself, so that means it's a 100% increase. Decreasing 40 to 20 is the same as decreasing 40 by half of itself, so it is a 50% decrease. 29 part A is 100% increase. 29 part B is a 300% increase. So listen to this again if you need to, but use this to check your work and see how you did. Pause the video if you need to. All right, and we are going to work through number 25 and 29. So let's read number 25 together. Number 25. We are asked to identify the percent of change as an increase or decrease, then find the percent of change, round to the nearest tenth of a percent if necessary. 25, we want the percent change of 3/8 to 7/8. Okay. 3/8 to 7/8. All right, which one of those is bigger? Let's draw a picture. We're going to divide this into eighths. So that's halves, that's fourths, and this is eighths. We're starting out with 3/8. There's 1, 2, 3. If we go from 3/8 to 7/8, we're increasing, okay? So this is an increase. So we're going to start by doing the larger number minus the smaller number. So 7/8 minus 3/8. And then we're going to divide all of this by the number that we started with. The first number we were given was the 3/8. Okay? You can do this on the calculator, like I showed you earlier, but this is easy because it's 7/8 minus 3/8. They've got the same common denominator. You can subtract it, and you're going to get 4/8. And then you're going to divide 4/8 by 3/8. Okay? And when I divide fractions, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to say 4/8 times, and I do the reciprocal, so it's going to become 8/3. Now when I multiply this, I see that I have a common factor of 8. I can cross that out. That leaves me with 4/3. Okay? Now we need a percent, or we need a decimal, so we can obtain our percent. So let's do 4 divided by 3. That's going to give us 1.33333, and it keeps on going like that. How do I write that as a percent? Well, I move this decimal. When I convert this to a percent, I multiply it by 100, so it moves my decimal 2 spaces. It becomes 133% increase. Okay, if you did that on the calculator and got the same answer, that's okay too. So that's how 25 works. Let's look at 29. Number 29. Suppose the length and width of the sandbox are doubled. So we've got a sandbox that has one side length is 6 feet and the other is 10 feet. Find the percent of change in perimeter, find the percent of change in the area. So like we did earlier, I'm going to start by drawing a picture. I want a picture on my own paper. So we had one side length of 6 feet, and we had one side length of 10 feet. And they said that we need to double. So this is the original. The new box, I don't want to take it up the whole page, but it's going to be significantly larger. And we're going to double all the sides. So now we have a side length of 12 feet and a side length of 20 feet. Okay. In part A, we need the percent change of perimeter. So we need to look at the original perimeter. And we want to look at the new perimeter. Okay. The original perimeter would have come from up here. You add up all the sides. So if you add up all these numbers, you're getting 10 and 6 is 16. And another 16, that's 32. 32 feet. The new perimeter, you're adding up all these side lengths. 20 and 20 is 40, and then 12 and 12 is 24. So 40 and 24 gives me 64 feet. We want to find the percent change. So we want to do the larger minus the smaller, so 64 minus 32 divided by the original perimeter, so that was the 32. On my calculator, I can do 64 minus 32, gives me 32. And when I divide 32 by 32, I get 1. So a value of 1 gives me, multiply it by 100, it becomes 100% increase for part A. 100% increase. All right, for part B, I'm going to bring this down and just go to my next page like this. So part B, we're going to do the same thing for the area. So we need to calculate the original area, and we need to calculate the new area. The original area was length times width, so 6 times 10 was 60 square feet. The new area is length times width, 12 times 20. How much is 12 times 20? That is 240 square feet. So, how we need to get our percent change from these values. So we're going to do the bigger minus the smaller, divided by the original 60. 240 minus 60 is 180. Divide by 60, that gives us a value of 3. Okay, so 3 needs to be converted to a percent. All right, so the decimal is currently immediately after the 3. You're going to multiply it by 100, which is going to move it 2 decimal places. Put your zeros in, so you get 300% increase. Okay, so you get a much larger percent increase for area than you got for perimeter. But that's how number 29 works. Okay, and then I'm going to stop here. So hopefully that answers your questions on homework. If not, you need to find Mr. Lewis, Ms. Barmer, or ask me when I come back. Thank you.